What's up? It's your girl Lightning, and you already know what time it is. You know what day it is. It's Thursday, and it is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it goes down every Thursday night, live with Lightning, every Thursday night. And on the third Thursday of every month, we have the panel discussion that has the lovely Elise with the message, JB Rhythm, and King. So we just waiting on a couple of other two to chime in, but we are here. Thank you for so much for tuning in and continuing to rock with me every week. But tonight we talking about what turns you off sexually.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. I think
right. Go ahead.
My biggest thing, I think I totally despise, like that build up, like the brother that's talking all the mad shit about how he this, that, and the third, and how he gonna do the boo, and you know what I'm saying? And then you finally like, all right, then, and then it don't be what it's supposed to be. And you be like, what? What is this? What are we doing?
But I didn't learn men that talk stuff like that, like be bragging and like, I'm going to turn you up and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. It just be a bunch of talk. Like, that the dudes that got it, that's really got it going on, they're going to be a little quiet about it, a little smooth about it. Like,
right. They ain't gonna talk nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna say, they don't have nothing to say. The proof gonna be in the pudding, literally. Proof gonna be in the pudding.
Because I ain't been surprised before, like, dang, like, oh my gosh, you ain't say, no, you ain't even let on that you had all this going on.
I know. Wow. I think those times be the fun times. I remember laughing with my mama. It was this guy, and he was really short. Like, he was a short little dude, like real short. My mama was just like, because I'm kind of semi-tall, you know what I'm saying, for a woman, I guess. So the dynamic was because he was super short, but he was real cool. Like, he was just super cool. And we ended up doing the dude, and I'm talking about he was strapped. I'm talking about big time. I was like, and I told my mama, she was like, well, big things come in small packages.
I know that's right. That is crazy, like crazy. That'd be a pleasant surprise. A pleasant surprise though. Like, but another big turn off, hygiene. Like, men be talking about it all the time, but y'all got some stuff y'all gotta take care of too. Like,
I'm talking about hygiene is top tier. I don't want to smell nothing.
You gotta manscape a little bit. You know, you ain't gotta go all the way Brazilian, but you gotta manscape some. Like, you can't just have just everything everywhere. Like, that's a turn off for me.
Yeah.
Be specific about the manscaping part.
So, groomed. Is that a better word? JB, groomed. I mean, like, it just can't be just like you ain't never did with all your life. It can be natural, but just trim it. Don't make, like, it depends on how much your hair grow as a man, right? So if you got some hair that really grow and is wild, like, don't nobody want to be down there with all that. Like,
nobody.
I mean, when it's too much, it's too much. Like,
and no matter how clean you are, if you got all that hair and you don't trim or something, it's gonna you sweat. It's gonna develop an odor.
But it's gonna hold bacteria, so it's the problem. Yeah.
You ain't been shaving. You ain't been shaving, JB.
Still natural. I have not. I have not embraced that phenomenon just yet.
that us millennials are doing, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
You like,
Whatever.
God, that's what God gave me now. That you
You
ain't
took the
been.
words out of my mouth, Christy. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was like, look,
Like, it
I wasn't
depends
the
on
designer.
how it grows too. Like,
Yeah. So if
you
you
know,
got real fine hair and it's,
yeah,
maintained, I guess, but I
What is
still,
maintained?
but if you got beady beads and just beady bead, like nappy naps.
Yeah, I got a little Indian in my family, but I'm mostly black. So it is what it is.
You got nappy hair.
What you talking about? It's natural. The number 9. I got the 9 curl.
Oh,
I'm done.
Huh? You done?
What's the number 9, JB?
oh my God. He got that Remy. He got the Remy number 9.
Our natural hair, hair is really in the shape of a 9. If you look at it microscopically, the hairs really grow in the number 9 for African Americans. The true original black, us true original black people.
Not the
That
true
don't use
original.
Johnson and Johnson and stuff to straighten it out.
So, what turns you off sexually, JB?
Not having sex.
That turns you off?
Yes.
The number 1 turn off?
All right. Let me get serious here. What turns me off? The hygiene thing for sure. I mean, absence of good effort with hygiene. Being a woman being, now look, I have nothing against drinking. Y'all already know. I do my fair share from time to time. But there's a level or a height or whichever one you want to say that I don't think is attractive on a woman from a sexual standpoint.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There is such a thing as being too drunk. And so that's kind of a sexual turn off to me.
If she just too wasted, yeah. I can understand that. You don't want her that messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I mean, how is she gonna?
I guess a little, a little tipsy. Where you just be because I know when I'm tipsy, I'm probably way more touchy feely. You know what I'm saying? Just extra, just but sloppy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I can feel you where you just didn't. It's a bad look.
Yeah.
When they sloppy drunk and trying to fuck at the same time.
Yeah, like I think now it's like a running joke. I see pretty frequently about how women go out on these girls' nights, and when they first come in, they be talking all this crap about what they gonna do and what they gonna do, what they gonna take, and this, that, and the third, and 4, 5 dimensions. And they're gonna hang off the chandelier and shit, and then they fall right to sleep.
Because they too drunk.
Yeah, be too drunk to even give a good kiss.
That'd be me.
That'd be you.
Now I only get like super wasted. My birthday is my drunk day.
I don't think I ever get super wasted because I'm not really much of a drinker. So a drink and a half, like I'm drunk. Like so, I try not to go further than that.
I reserve all of that for my birthday. Like my birthday, I know I tend to drink past my limit. Like I know I'm at my limit, and I'm just like, No, I want to be shit-faced. I don't know what it is, the deal with my birthday. That's the only day that I do that.
Yeah, but you are right about being a little tipsy because that helps you be touchy and feely. It lowers your inhibitions. Like a little tipsy is cool. Ain't that right, Jackie?
That is cool. Cool.
Yeah, he liked the touchy-feely and the
I like that. Yes. I need you there, but I also need you to be able to enjoy what we are doing and to remember what my name is. Don't call me the wrong name because you're too drunk.
Well, that would be a turnoff. That would be a turnoff for somebody.
And
that
was gonna lead me into my next one.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had the displeasure of experiencing that. And I will tell you, it absolutely is a buzzkill.
I bet it is. It has to be.
Yeah.
And just because his name started with a J2 don't matter.
Oh, we.
So what?
Have you ever slipped up and did that, Chrissy?
Have I?
Yeah.
No, I haven't called the wrong name, but I mean, we talked about this several shows ago, but it was somebody I was being intimate with, and he had a weird name. Like he had a very unique, weird name. Like I know the name, but I ain't gonna put him out there like that. But I could not think of his name.
So that's when you're supposed to do the Mars Day.
Well, I didn't say nothing. I probably was just like, you know, I don't know. I'm weird with sex talk anyway. It's odd to me. My mama tried to teach me how to talk sexy, but her lessons, I didn't do too good with them. She was much better at that. We used to sit up and have these kind of conversations, and I'd be like, "Mom, I don't know how to talk dirty," and she was trying to give me these little tidbits, but they was Helen Griswold tidbits, and I was like, I ain't Helen Griswold.
Heck nah.
Ooh, for real. So yeah, I couldn't remember dude's name. I could not, and I was just having a moment. I was like, I am just doing too much in my life right now. This man, I mean, he was literally on top of me, pounding, and and I'm like, what's his name?
You should have just said baby. Dang, baby. Oh, baby.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You're supposed to do the Mars Day. What's say my name? It's baby, ain't it?
I think I was going through so much mentally in that very hot second of just evaluating my life, and here I am having sex with this man. I can't think of his name or his nickname. The next day, my cousin was the one who had introduced me to him, and he told me, he was like, "Don't mess with him." You know what I'm saying? He my homeboy, and I'm like, okay, call me. So when I called him, like, "Hey, what's the dude's name?" He like, "What?" So I wasn't even supposed to be messing with dude anyway. So that was on me.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy yourself.
An African for a while, and he couldn't say Elise. He said Alice.
Alice.
Alice, how are you in your boys? And I kept telling him like, I got 2 girls and a boy. How are you in the boys? Like that's like Alice. And that was a turn off for me because he couldn't even. And I know it's probably a cultural thing, but it was just like, quit calling me Alice. And then I he had said right, but he did that when we were intimate, and I was like, this your first time and your last time. Like we done. There you go, JB.
We go. Hey. Now you on camera now.
Yeah,
so if you just chiming in, you are live with Lightning, and this is the third Thursday of the month. And on the third Thursday, we have the panel discussion. We have the lovely Elise with the message, and we got JB Rhythm that is chimed in, and King. I don't know where King at, so we're gonna talk to King, see what's going on. But he is a part of the panel. But tonight we are talking about what turns you off sexually. What turns you off? Like you could be in the heat of the moment, and then you'd be like, it's over with.
Bad breath. I guess that's a part of hygiene.
Yeah, bad breath will kill it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like kiss, and I
Yeah, bad breath is a no-go because y'all already know. I mean, hey, y'all rocking with me, y'all know me, so y'all know I'm big on oral sex. Like that's my big thing. So if you got bad breath, that means you got bad bacteria, and I am not finna be having bacteria, vaginosis and stuff. And
What?
I don't want nothing.
Nothing.
I just want WAP, wet ass pussy. That's it.
So no
smells, no tinge, no cloudy white, nothing. I don't want shit.
Ooh, shit.
I just want juicy pussy. That's it. Clean, juicy pussy.
It don't take much to throw our pH balance off.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And
like, so I don't even play around like that.
I don't either. You can't just all of a sudden just want to put your finger inside of me. You got to wash your hands. I need to look at your fingernail. You're not,
So do most people end up needing a manicure beforehand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah.
A little jacked up nail right finna cut me. Nobody is sensitive.
Yeah, like I don't want no dirty hand, none under your nails, none of that. Like, and then if your husband got my ain't clean either, so it ain't going under either. None of you is done. We're done. No.
Right.
And I despise musty balls.
That's not, it's, you know, and I'm talking so much right now, but like, even before I get ready I work my way to, you know, how you kiss around, and I'm seeing if I smell, because if I get a whiff of anything, not soap or not clean, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm good.
That would bother me. It would, because I don't even know if I would want him to go clean up and continue. Like, you're not clean on a regular.
And you know this especially if you know this finna go down. Like, I can see, like, we just got through working out or taking a walk or something, and stuff just pop out.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know, if this plan for us to go down, us to get together, I'm coming up your house or something like that, you better have it together. That's all I'm saying.
You know, you took the words out of my mouth, because I was just going to say, do y'all not have any kind of spontaneous sex? Because I just can't imagine being smelling fresh from the shower 100% of the time that I've ever had sex. I know it has not happened. I know it hasn't happened. I know, you know,
so just this
day
thing
at work
too
turned into drinks after work at the Mexican joint, turned into a couple of hours of laughing and joking, turned into me walking to the car, turned into, well, sit with me for a couple of minutes, and turned into, hey. Hey.
But even through all of that, if you are a clean body person, you may have a little from the sweat of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, even us as women, clean as I am, I mean, I've been using the bathroom all day. I do wipe throughout the day, so I stay clean. But you know what I mean? I use wipes and everything, but you still might have a little tinge because you've been walking or sweating or whatever. But I'm talking about funk. Like,
it ain't gonna be no right. It's not gonna be like that.
Okay, because y'all ain't talking about the way it sounded really is like y'all have absolutely no spontaneous sex.
Some men, like you might be one of these men, Mr. Natural.
I'm telling you, look,
that like a little tinge, like you smell too fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was an African, you said you dated an African, but it was an African guy I used to date, And he was not with the fresh out the shower. Like we had sex, of course, fresh out the shower, but his preference was me coming over his house after I've been at work. I don't work, even if I hadn't been to the gym. Like, I don't know what that's, the African thing or not, but he wasn't all hostility about fresh out the shower. You know what I'm saying? He wanted that fresh out the work. You know what I'm saying? No, don't wash up, don't freshen up. I want it like that. I'd be like, damn, okay.
And I'm going to say that I think that based on the chemistry in the relationship as well, random sex is one thing, but I mean, if you're in a relationship with somebody, they've got a natural scent. Yeah. And if you are really into that person, their natural scent becomes a glorious pheromone to you, to know that, this is Nina, this is Maria, this is her smell. I could smell her, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
And to have that camouflaged by too much stuff.
Yeah.
Can I'm not gonna say it's a turn off, but it's not as exciting. I found that it's not as exciting as knowing that this person that I am into for real is here, because I don't have to even have my eyes open. I can smell her, the essence of her, and the affection and chemistry that we have, the love that we may have for one another. That, I know this is like on a real basic level, but we're still human beings, and our olfactory glands are sensitive, and they drive certain responses, neurological responses, and I will say, yeah, there's a less than fresh smell of a woman that is the essence of her that I've known in my life has been way more attractive than the highest dollar perfume that I bought for her.
Okay. So I don't know that. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not a man. Like, I don't know if a man's just natural smell. I've been attracted to a man's natural smell, but it wasn't. I guess I wouldn't know if it was stinky or not if I was attracted to it, right?
Right.
Thinking to somebody else, but it wasn't me, to me or whatever. Like, as long as you clean, I ain't saying you gotta spray all this stuff on you and all this kind of stuff, just as long as you clean. Yeah. Like, I ain't saying you gotta be strapped or clean, just clean, keep yourself up.
And any kind of cologne or something like that, it almost makes you wonder, are you masking something?
Yeah.
No. I mean, some midday cologne usage may be sort of trying to mask the smell of some sweat that we may have, I'm sure. But overall, we have come to think that we need this extra scent, this extra pheromone to attract women and make us smell sexy, And
it works.
It works both ways sometimes.
Because some colognes walk by, you be like,
right.
Yeah. I mean, I have
just the smell, like, wait a minute.
I think I still have. I have a scent that I discovered. It was recommended to me I was in there buying something else, and the guy said, "You got to try this. You got to try this, Boji. You got to try this." And it was Voyage by Nautica, and this wasn't even cologne. It was oils that the guy was selling, right? Fries and Flea Market, way gone. So y'all already know how long ago this was, right? Yeah. But it had a great scent to me, and he said, look, you put it on, you go do your other shopping, and then you decide, you come back and you decide. Said, okay. I made it halfway through Fries and Flea Market before I turned back around and went and got 8 ounces of that cologne, because I had not even gone halfway through the flea market. And y'all know,
they was on you.
I was like, and I'm a casual blue collar guy. That back then I probably was in a polo and some khakis, and that was it. Just doing my little surprising flea market run, and yeah, I hadn't made it 100 feet, and 3 women had, did the hit, did the.
Okay.
So, "Ooh, what are you wearing? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, this is my new shit.
Right.
And has been. I mean, I still have some. I have a bunch of other colognes I have now too, but
We know you got that Nautica on lock. That's
I
your
got that.
special night
Yeah,
out.
I buy it by the pound. Order it straight from Brooklyn. They
So
know
if
me up in
anybody
there.
that's out there, if you're just chiming in, you are live with Lightning, and it goes down every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But tonight is the third Thursday of the month, and we have the panel discussion. So we got my lovely panelists, the JB Rhythm and Elise with the message, and King, he should be here. But tonight we're talking about what turns you off sexually. So one of the comments that chimed in, Keisha said, if the foreplay is off, I'm done.
Okay.
Foreplay is big. I think that's almost like the, I guess the comparison is like the revving up the engine, like warming it up. So
Well,
I
I
like
gotta ask.
foreplay too.
I gotta ask Keisha a question. What is she calling foreplay?
So you hear that, Keisha? What are you calling foreplay?
Yeah,
So
so give us
foreplay in
that
my
background. I
mind,
got
what
something
I
to
would
say.
say is the kissing, the nibbling on the nipples, the little erogenous zone of the ear, all the little tantalizing touches, the touches that make you be like, and you feel your juices start to flow. You start to get an erection. Those things are what I consider foreplay.
Elise, what about you?
Same thing, like maybe kissing, touching, rubbing, like just showing affection, like you touching the places I know you like to touch, maybe a massage where I like to be rubbed. Those kind of things to me are foreplay. Like it doesn't have to always be touching sexual parts. It could just be like maybe getting close to my neck and kissing my neck, or
like this
I
right here.
breath on my back.
That part right there.
Yeah, the back. Yeah, put your breath on the back. Just stuff like that to me is very good foreplay. Like, right. Right. Yep. So just right. I ain't gonna say my business, so I'm just.
I tell you one spot. That's it. You only get one spot. This here.
If a man is close to me, that's why even when I'm out, I don't let men get like up on me, like behind me, because like if I feel a breath like back here, like right below my neck, like it does something. Like I don't know what it is, but it does.
You know what it's doing. So it does something. You know what it's doing.
Wop. I'm sorry. Wop.
It's revving up that engine.
Right. It definitely does. So it's just certain stuff like that. It does not necessarily have to be you kissing my chest, my breast, or you putting your finger, it's not just that part of it. It's just the rubbing, the touching, the kissing, the, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. The Keisha get back to us.
I don't want to talk about this too much because I'm single. I ain't got time to be trying to walk down memory lane with nobody. We talking about too much right now.
Let's see. Keisha has not responded yet. I'm refreshing. Do you guys see the comments?
Let me look.
I don't
know. I don't know if it's the delay because I am Poet Lightning. And I'm on my page and I'm looking at Poet Lightning's page, and that's how I'm able to see the live. But far too often, I don't know, my comments are delayed. If you out there, Jamal asked you, JB Rhythm asked you, what do you consider foreplay? What do you consider foreplay? And we are still talking about what turns you out sexually.
We waiting, JB. What's your foreplay? What's your definition of foreplay and your idea of it?
For me, it runs the gambit. I mean, I don't have to be with you to engage in foreplay. I can do that with a text message. I can do that with an email. I can pick up the phone and just have some playful conversation. And to me, that can be a part of foreplay. You know, and this goes well beyond just saying, girl, when I get home, you gonna get it. No, when you gonna get it, you gonna get no, just I mean, beyond that, just when you're with somebody and you've got this connection, there's just some things that you can do or say throughout the day. And to me, yeah, if I'm really wanting to engage, because you know, my sexual rhythm is at that point, or you know, I'm a Cancer, so you know, any kind of strong moon phase, full or new, I'm there. And so, yeah, I'm starting, you know, because I'm feeling amorous myself all alone anyway, wherever I'm at. Yeah, I can start in the beginning of the day, and I want that to kind of, you know, play out throughout the day, back and forth. You know, yeah, I'm gonna send you a couple of videos from YouTube, and you know, we're gonna, you know, share and engage in some playful conversation that by the time we ever get in each other's space, it's for real on and popping, as they say, with very little additional warm up. Um, but if that's required, you know, that's fine. And again, I mean, I think I shared that one secret that I have, and that is that, you know, I do believe in definitely engaging every inch of flesh on the body in the course of having sex or making love, whichever one you want to call it. But yeah, you're gonna get touched and your neck is gonna get blowed on. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be
Yeah,
cold.
that little blow on the neck and the
Oh my
ear, like
Yeah.
you nibble on the ear loose, you know,
Mm-hmm.
just a little wetness in the ear, then that little
Mm-hmm.
nice warm blow that ain't no, you
Yeah.
know, it's the sexual.
Yeah. I'm gonna cool it down. Fellas, let me give it to you. I'm gonna cool it down. I'm gonna cool it down first. So when I come back with that warmth, ooh, it's heightened even more.
It's
Y'all
hot.
know.
I'm
Y'all
telling you.
know.
Well, okay.
But I
Now,
would like
so,
another thing. Go ahead, Lisa. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. You good.
So we mentioned, so we're all in agreement hygiene, unless you know we a couple and you kind of like it raw, just
Mhm.
from the day's day, you know, not no overnighter and be funky on the overnight kick, you know. So we're in agreement there. What about and I'll speak for me, like the oral side. What if the person goes to do that to perform fellatio and don't know what they're doing? Would that be a turn off?
Um, no, it would be a teaching moment.
Really?
Just
Yeah,
right then and there. The teacher mama, just right then and there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So like
Yeah.
lead us in. So here it is, little mama. She about to give you some head and nothing, it's just you doing it and you so do you stop her like, hey, wait, or do you let her do her thing, like let her think she's doing something, and then when she stopped, like, hey.
It's way too dangerous. Well, I don't. Well, I would say the same thing. Maybe not as dangerous for the vagina, but certainly more dangerous for the male member to be
Stop her
damaged
midway.
if they're doing it too kind of wrong. And you know, for the most part, wrong is pretty much too much teeth, not enough suction, or you know, for you personally, you know, a little more or less hands, more or less mouth, more or less moisture. I mean, these are things that, you know, individual men may like or dislike or some combination thereof. And everybody's not going to hit that right off the bat. And that's why I always say this. I'm really good at sex for the most part, but I can't use the tricks or the techniques. I can't trust the tricks and techniques that I used on Nina to work on Maria.
Sure.
So if you're not trying to, take your time and experiment and figure out what I like, if I'm not moaning or if I'm not making any kind of, and you're not changing the technique, then I may need to say, hey, forgive me, but I like a little less teeth.
That's the actual word you'll use. You'll be like, hey, forgive me, madam down there, tap, tap, tap. A little less teeth. That's what you were saying at that moment.
I am sure that I've been a bit more tactful with the words at the time, but I'm not getting ready to let you cut me up either.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
With the teeth. So what if it's the reverse? What if so on our end, the brother goes down on us and he doing the catnip, the little, he's not really, devouring.
Hold on. What do you call in the catnip? I'm not up for that. What's the catnip?
Little tip of the tongue, like I don't know, just no saliva, just don't know what he's doing.
Or doesn't know what he's doing for you.
Right.
Well, it's obviously for me because I'm who he doing right now, but
right.
His example of what correct me if I'm wrong. In some instances, if it's the first encounter, some things are just just straight sex. But if it's a first encounter of a potential relationship, maybe, or just somebody you dig in, like you kind of you think you're gonna put your thing down. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of go in to maybe not too much if you a super freak, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to tie nobody up first night, but I'm just saying, you're gonna show them like there's some good shit here, you know what I'm saying? Or so it's like you kind of put some effort into it. So if this your first go round and you doing the little catnip thing,
then that's up to you. I still say it's still up to you, the individual.
That's a teachable moment.
That's a teachable moment.
So I guess if it's somebody that I'm interested in and we kicking it, I plan on foreseeing a future with us or dating, then I can have that conversation. But if it's just a random fly-by night, one night stand, ain't no need to educate.
If you're okay not enjoying that experience, then go ahead and not say nothing. But if you want to enjoy that experience, whether that's going to be your forever ever or your fly by night, you need to say something. You know what? We always talk about the value of communication when we do our podcast, right? And to me, this is an issue that is no different. No different. People don't have an opportunity to get better, to do better, to be better, unless they know that they're not satisfying the person that they are with. Now, there's some things that you can do some stuff about, and there's some things that you can't do some stuff about. But the communication at least gives you the chance to improve. And sometimes it doesn't have to be conversation. I was watching another podcast some weeks ago, and I remember the guy saying, that's the value that mature women bring to the table when it comes to sex. And that is, more often than not, they ain't got to say, I need you to hit it to the left, or I need you to go deeper, or can you give me some shallow strokes? They've learned how to adjust their hips, or throw their leg behind your butt, left, or shift their body until you stroking it just
right. Yeah.
So sometimes your lessons are not necessarily verbal and insulting,
right? Yeah.
But they are just they're just instructive from a physical standpoint.
Yeah.
Something like oral sex, yes, you may need to you may need to give more verbal with, but there are some ways still. I mean, if it's just like you say, the catnip, the little pecking with the tongue, maybe you need to pull his head into you so that it's more than just the pecking of the tongue. Because there are some women, I mean, again, I heard there are some women that works well. They don't like a whole lot of vaginal stimulation. They like their clitoris to be stimulated, and with that same quick flick that doesn't work for you.
Yeah, so
well, okay. So that's why I asked you to explain to me what you meant. Like, was it just a teachable moment right then and there? Like, I didn't have a guy that I was really interested in. And like we were just so open and talking about everything before we even had sex. Like I kind of made him a little map, a little cheat sheet of everything I like and what I mean, it was cool too. And
Oh,
we made
you were really into him.
okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to be fulfilled, just like I
At
was
the
going
roadmap. Okay.
yeah, and it was a good idea. And I said the next situation I get in and I'm serious, I'm gonna do that again because it worked so well. And he had to get or wonder what I liked or what I wanted him to do or nothing. He just did it, and it was great.
So that's a really unique. I really totally love that idea, and the fact that he, whomever it was, took heed to it, and just learned what it was. So when he presented it, it didn't come across artificial. Like, what I'm saying, he kind of took it in and put it back out to you versus so you didn't feel like he was just doing it because that was the roadmap. Like that's
right.
he only did it because he wanted him to. Yeah.
All the big pointers, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do that in my next relationship again because it worked so well, and it was just that we was open and we could talk like that. So I sent it to him. He was like, okay, got it, bet.
Sweet. Yeah, I love it.
As much as I'm okay with the roadmap, I still like the idea of total exploration because I have had encounters with women who thought they knew their bodies very well, and I was able to discover some portions of their body that drove them insane that they at 50 had no idea existed.
Wow.
Okay.
Now that's pretty neat. That's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
And the roadmap don't have to be the end all be all, but those were the things that I told him I want to incorporate it into what we were doing.
Right.
Okay.
Just that and not nothing else. I just wanted that stuff incorporated. And that's what he did his own thing too. So it worked out wonderfully.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
I love that idea.
So it's at least with the roadmap.
At least with the message and the roadmap. She got messages and maps. She like traffic control. Right here.
Here, left.
Bring it back. So yeah, that is and so I think in your scenario, I would be turned off if I took that time to give them a roadmap and they still don't figure it out.
Right.
Okay. Now we're gonna take for granted that you can read
5 things. You ain't tried one, you don't try one of them.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna take for granted that he could read.
He could read.
And if he could read and was still incapable, then yeah, you got a choice. You got to either give some hands-on lessons or let it go. Loose that thing and let it go. I don't know.
Yeah, he at least would have to make, if somebody took the time to do that, even if a man sent that to me, I would at least make the effort to do all the things that he said if this is somebody that I'm interested in like that. And I'm definitely gonna take what he says to heed when we in the bedroom. Like
yeah, because you're listening, you're paying attention, the ultimate goal, I get, and I guess again it goes back to your point of what kind of sex are you having that you mentioned, JB Rhythm. Is it, just casual sex and random sex, or is this relationship, type of sex. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where you're growing together or whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that definitely would make all the difference as far as how you would feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Or them not paying attention to what you've said. And then some men, you can say it, and some men still don't care because, like, I am super duper ticklish. It's the craziest thing. I've got certain spots on me that I'm super ticklish, and the only time that those spots are not ticklish is when I'm in complete euphoria. So once I get into like a complete euphoric state, I can deal with you going in certain spots that I'm not ticklish. But I don't know. I'm not always in euphoria. And if you hit that spot, I don't care how hot, how wet, it's like I instantly draw up. It's dry. I'm over it because I'm just totally ruining my mood. So that turns me off sexually, tickling me.
Well, damn.
And I even do on purpose, because my ticklish zone is literally like at my thigh, as much as I love oral sex. So I will keep my hand there so you don't fuck up.
Yeah.
I will keep my hand there so you don't tickle me, because if you tickle me, I'm over it.
Yeah.
And my reflex might hurt you.
No, we don't want to be hurt. No, we don't want to be hurt.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Another thing that's a turn off for me is too thirsty for sex. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, even if we dating and we ain't got to the point where we're about to have sex, or we are just talking and having conversation, if every conversation is about sex and when we're gonna do it and when we're gonna do it and when we're gonna do it and when we're gonna do it, and like, I don't want to do it because it's like, don't do it. Like, we grown, we know it's gonna happen and stuff is gonna happen, but we ain't gotta have every conversation about that, and it's not pressed
all the time. Right.
Yeah.
That could be a big turn off. Too thirsty.
Yeah.
Too thirsty. Because in some instances, like, how they say, within 15 minutes, a woman knows whether or not she wants to have sex, she wants to be intimate with this person. So you may have already in your mind, like, yeah, I'm about to get that, I'm about, whatever. And then he messed it up. You're like, nope. You thought you were, you know what I'm saying?
Mess it up.
Oh yeah, you can mess it up. You can have in your mind. You can have in your mind that I'm already set. I'm about to give you something. You don't even know it, but you about to get some. I planned it. I dressed the proper. I came for the intent to do this, and then you think you're speaking on yourself and your stamina and this, that, and the other, and it was supposed to just naturally happen. I was prepared to make it happen, to give you the signals, the signs, or whatever, to let you know it's a good go. But if you try to go wait, before I give the go, and it's too much, it's too much.
Yeah, I ain't just talking about just somebody putting a move on you, and then I'm talking about just actually. I'm talking about, like, let's do it, like, soon as y'all around each other alone, they trying to. Now, if it's like that, it's like that. If it's a sex thing, but if y'all trying to date and get to know each other, and I'm trying to get to know a man, if you be too much like that and on sexual stuff, like, as soon as the doors close, like, I'm gonna be like, well, dang, like,
yeah,
I'm not with it.
Yeah, so I can see that being a turnoff, and it's no balance. Like, all your conversation is just this. This is all you're talking about. Like, you're not. We're not talking about goals. We ain't talking about what you're gonna. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, just having normal communication. Like, I think that's definitely, that's a big thing, to be able to share intimacy and still have a conversation, laugh, joke, and still be able to talk about not sex, like life, the job, work, your kids, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just have regular conversation. And I don't think a lot of people do that these days. You don't communicate.
Yeah, I think that I agree with you that there's been way too many conversations about people actually being in so-called relationships that include sex, and they don't even know what I'm going to call intimate details about somebody.
Exactly. They don't know their favorite color. They don't know their birthday. They don't like their favorite food. You know what I'm saying? All you can tell me is that he like doggy style. Like that's all you know about the dude. Like,
right. And even those to me are superficial, Lightning. But values, morals,
yeah.
principles, what drives a person. Those are the things I think you should know before, and be sure that you want to align yourself with somebody along because of their morals, their values, their principles, and more than just their sexual prowess or the sexual chemistry you may feel. I think you should be driven by more than that, but I know that's not always the case, unfortunately.
Yeah. Very true.
No ambition is a turn off too. No, get up and go about yourself. You ain't trying to do nothing with yourself. You very pessimistic about like staying where you at and not trying to get ahead, and you don't have any ambition and want to do things, and because I got goals and I got dreams and I got stuff that I want to do. And if you just don't have nothing, you just fine with not putting anybody down that works at a certain place or anything like that, but you're not trying to be better. If you're okay, like I couldn't be sexual with a man that's living in his mama basement unless there's something happened tragic that he had to be there.
Yeah.
Like you don't have any ambition to have your own, and like, cause I want a man that's a protector, a provider, and all that kind of stuff. And then I don't see that stuff in you. That's a turn off for me sexually. Like I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Hold on. We got some comments. Vaughn made a comment about you. Elise, he said you MapQuest. Okay, Erica said they don't. I feel that it was never learned. It was just acceptable to ignore to avoid any potential conflict. Because everybody can't accept corrective criticism. But like my mom always told me, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So if you say it in the right way, where it's not offensive, where you're not just like, you don't know what you're doing, like, I get, you know what I'm saying? I think I feel like what you brought up too. I'm not so much an older woman, but I'm definitely, older than a younger woman that's being intimate. And I have experienced that with the nonverbal communication, you know what I'm saying? Or even in the moment, a slight verbal, but not offensive. Like, I don't know what I would say, but I have felt myself doing those motions, like you said, like changing my hip direction or lifting my leg a certain way, or lifting my hips, or whatever, like doing the road, I guess the road map on site. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm giving you instructions right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so that's what Erica said. And then my motto, she said, when you know better, you do better. That's true. So you can learn from experiences, because I mean, I've dealt with men that have been very well endowed and didn't know what to do with that much dick. Like they just didn't know what to do. They had too much going on and just did not really know how to work it out. You know what I'm saying? So that was a long-term relationship though. You know what I'm saying? I showed him how to work his magic stick. You know what I'm saying? That he had so much, he just did it too much. You know what I'm saying? So learning how, so I guess, like you said, it goes with what the basis of the relationship is. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? What type of sex is this to establish how much you want to educate a person?
Mm-hmm. Did we talk about housekeeping before I got on here?
Housekeeping of the actual your house?
Yes. To me, that can be a sexual turn off too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't invite me
Oh.
over if you got vomit stains and
Oh.
baby Pampers in the magic thing on the side of the bed.
Yeah. We did not touch on that, but that is definitely of major importance.
Yes, definitely.
Like, and I'm not saying, you know, you got to be Ritz-Carlton at your house, like, because I mean, I done walked into a crib that was clean, you know what I'm saying, but might have been, you know, something strange about it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, a little hole here and there, but it wasn't nasty, you know what I'm saying, it was clean. But yeah, that's very important. And I have a lot of male friends, you know what I'm saying, that down low with me on a regular, you know, and some of the stuff that they have told me about, and I'm like, well, did you steal? Yeah, but I ain't going back over there. You know what I'm saying? Like no, you don't do that. Like, that's just gross.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not taking my pants off.
Right.
I mean, if it's at that level where it's again, if it's sexually repulsive, a sexual turn on, I'm not going to engage just because I'm there. And
dishes,
again, I like sex,
full of dishes in the sink, bathroom nasty.
Bathroom. Like, that's
yeah. And you almost expect some kind of, you know, bachelor type of behavior from a man.
I can deal with a little junky, not too junky, like beyond junky, like you know, your house looks lived in, cool. But I'm talking about, you know, some people are junk masters where they just got junk, and it's nasty, it stinks. You know what I'm saying? I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was talking, and she was saying that she got turned. This is exactly what we're talking about. She got turned off. She really liked the guy. She got turned off because of his nasty, dirty carpet, and he had dogs that stunk. Like, the whole house stunk of dog, and she said she couldn't get her eyes off the stains in the carpet.
Yeah.
See, there's a challenge when you got dogs. I already know there's a challenge because you become a little nose blind. And so, regular housekeepers that who don't live there and have a different nose for things. They are very important if you have dogs. Fellas, get a housekeeper.
What they used to call it back in the day, housetosis. Some people do have housetosis, like they walk out the house, their house still smell like them.
Oh, that's a terrible thing. And then they can't smell it because they're so used to it.
Right, exactly, because they're used to the smell. It's normal. Erica chimed in and said, people have to be okay with elevating. You should not be the same person you were years ago. No growth, big problem. Very true.
Yes, Erica.
You gotta grow, and you gotta be open. That's why, you gotta be open to the communication, because again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're able to have a download conversation, I think that's important. You know what I'm saying too. Even, and I was watching another podcast, and they were speaking on, which I think is just a grand idea, whether you do it monthly, weekly, or whatever, just whomever you are dealing with, just having that moment of, you know, am I satisfying you? Or you say, you know, just having that hard conversation. So you can pull that out if somebody is not as open to communicate as others are. You know what I'm saying? Being able to convey things that you don't like about your sex, or how you could improve it, or things like that, you know, like trying certain things, or but just having that open, transparent conversation of what you like and what you don't like. I think that's important to continuously revisit, you know, because we do tend to get comfortable, you know, you get, okay, that's my guy, that's it, you know, it is what it is, we together, you know what I'm saying? But versus having that hard check of, do you still like the way I suck your dick? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there anything I could do different? Like, just having that hardball conversation, like, for real.
That is a good idea. And the longer you're together, the more important that conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think, men will, I think if we try that, ladies, then maybe some men would be more open to they would feel comfortable, because they would see that your tone, like, you're not going to take offense to what they're saying. Because I think that's why a lot of men don't communicate as much as they should or would like to, is because they fear the consequences. Like, they don't want to mess up, they don't want to ruin the thing that they have with the person, but they really want to tell her something, they really want to show her something, or whatever, encourage her to do something. But again, you got to have that structure of communication and be able to let that person know they can be open and vulnerable with you, and you're not going to hurt them or use it against them. You're actually going to, take heed to it and try to work on it for the betterment of whatever you guys got going on.
That really is what the discouragement is for men, and that it's the fear of vulnerability. And it's usually, I'm sorry, but far too often, until women are great at communicating, but they are not great at communicating when it comes to receiving. They're great at expressing. Let me say that. They're great at expressing, but they're not really great at communicating. And that's listening and as well as speaking. It's message to receiver. And like you said earlier, Lightning, it makes a difference how you say something. Your tone makes a difference. The attitude, the inflection that you put into it, all of that makes a difference. And it creates either a hostile environment or it creates a welcoming environment. And that will dictate whether or not I shut down or whether I really continue being honest in the conversation. Because you can ask me 10 times what's wrong, and I'm gonna say nothing all 10 times. But if at the 10th time I finally say, okay, look, here's what's going on, and as opposed to you listening and just having an ear and asking questions about how it might be resolved, you come back with a what's the certain thing,
or negative, or just shutting it down. I mean, is that what you like? Oh, that ain't nothing. What you tripping out there for? Like, just like that.
Yeah, well, so much like what usually I think happens is I say I have an issue with this, and as opposed to us talking through that issue that I have, what usually may come back is, well, you do this and that, so and so, and I don't like when you do so and so. Okay,
Right.
I'm willing to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm willing to talk about that, because if that's something that's important to you, I'm willing to talk about that. But I said I would like to have dinner sometime within the first half hour of coming home. How can we work that out? So if the ladies could be more sensitive to developing their listening skills and not being so quick to respond.
Yeah.
And number 3, take a questioning tone, because we respect that you may have the information that we need to rectify this situation, but you don't need to browbeat us with it like you're our mother. So take that with y'all.
I think that's a good idea. And I also think when people come to people in relationships, period, about anything, not only talk about the problem, but have a solution for the problem when you're talking to that person. That way it doesn't come off as offensive. You already said how we can fix it.
We
Not
can
just
fix
your
it.
problem,
Exactly.
our
Exactly.
problem, and how we can fix it. And that'll make a lot more conversations go a lot smoother.
I agree 100% with both of you.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as big as I am on communication, so I do try to be that, listening with the intent to listen and comprehend, and not listen to respond. You know what I'm saying? So I've gotten so much better with that because I do have that strong personality. So sometimes you start talking and I'm like finishing your sentence, like, already knowing what you're talking about, and versus just listen complete. Even if I got those thoughts, I gotta keep them at bay. Hold them. You know what I'm saying? And then once you're done, then I can say, okay, but then it's tact. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my mom always said, you call person shit ass in the most professional way. Like that.
You can.
And I've mastered that. You know what I'm saying? I've mastered it. So I can cuss you out and just be like so professional with it. So yes, this has been a wonderful conversation. If you're just chiming in, or I'm glad you've been rocking with us this whole time. This is Live with Lightning, and it goes down every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, if you have a subject matter that you want to hear us talk about, you can email me at livewithlightning@gmail.com. If we're ever live on the broadcast and you want to comment, but you don't want your comment to be publicly displayed, you can inbox me at livewithlightning@gmail.com as well. And I want you to follow everybody that you see here on the panel. Definitely check out Elise with the Message. She's got a brunch coming up that's going to be at Dax on. Tell them about the brunch. I know it's $60 in the Cash App. So for all my sisters out there, if you're still chimed in, it's fixed. We are fixing each other's crowns, so it's going to adjust our crowns, get back in line. But she's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
So the Fix Your Crown brunch, the idea behind that is not a male bashing thing. It's not nothing against men. It's for women and women's empowerment, all the things that we go through, including situations with our men in our daily life, with our families, all of that. For all of those situations, we're going to come together as a group and talk and work through some things. $60 will include your brunch, your free mimosas. You also will get an empowerment journal. There will also be some wonderful guest speakers, and Poet Lightning is one of them. And we're just gonna have a really good time, and it's something to uplift women. So I really wish a lot more women would come and buy tickets, because we're gonna be doing more things like this, because at Galentine's we had a good time.
We did. We had a good time. We did.
I didn't even expect it to be that much of a good time, but I want us to be able to come together and not be catty and not be in competition, to lift each other up and to fix our crowns. So that's what it's all about. You can get your tickets at Dax in person, or you can do the Cash App, which is, oh Lord, it's the $ Dax, DAIQS 5956. So that's the Cash App. You can purchase your ticket. You have to purchase it by Saturday, but I would love to see every lady there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So on that ticket will be myself and my sister Shay Brown. So she's got a lot in store for the event. So definitely come out and support that. And $60. Come on. For all this love you're going to get in this room, brunch and free mimosas, you can't pass it up. So rock with us. We're going to be at Dax. And you got anything going on, JB Rhythm?
Yeah, I'm going to be at the Fix Your Crown event
Put your Shanae wig on.
My dear only.
Let me in.
No, nothing coming up. Look, but I do hope that you guys have a great event. I love to see women come together and to work toward strengthening the empowerment of one another, networking and doing. I'm definitely supportive of that, and I know you all being there, dropping some golden nuggets that I have dropped on you will be just priceless.
Oh, you know that we got you. You do drop nuggets, and we really appreciate. I know Elise does as well, but I truly appreciate your input from and looking at both perspectives from. Even though you're an older man and you're full man, 100% man, I love that you can open your eyes and look at different things and just your perspective. The maturity that you possess, I truly appreciate.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, ladies, for the time spent. It was absolutely wonderful, as always.
And for everybody that's been chimed in, thanks again for the comments. Thanks for chiming in with us on this third Thursday of the month. We have totally enjoyed the conversation, and I have enjoyed this conversation. Thanks so much for my panel for joining me, and we will see you next week. Mwah.
I shall.